What's up, everybody? Today on Sweet Bit Radio, I just figured that I would start talking about some of my guitars. I figured I would start with the most interesting one. Why not blow your wad on your first guitar video? I'm sure as many of you can tell by either the look of the guitar or the description, this is one of those Chibson Les Pauls. I got this guitar. It was back in summer of 2015. I watched Pixie Licks. He's Steve from Boston now. He had a video back in 2011. 2012 is probably whenever I think I saw it the first time. Talking about spotting a fake Les Paul. That video's got, I think, over 1 million views now, so it's pretty popular. And that got me interested. I was looking at all kinds of stuff, like back in the day, Chinese knockoffs of electronics, and it kind of slipped my mind. Then summer 2015, he popped back up again, and I was intrigued. I got on Aliexpress, and I ordered this guitar. The person I got this guitar from, his name was Jug. I think his store was already shut down before I even got this guitar. Thankfully, I got this guitar. I ordered it as a silver. It had a pick guard. I took it off, and I got this ashy gray. I don't know how good it shows on the camera, but I was disappointed I didn't do a refund or anything. I actually jewed him down a little bit. That's one of the tips that I would like to give people is if they're going to buy these guitars, don't be afraid to shoot them an offer. As long as it's reasonable, they usually tend to take the offer. He wanted 220, I think, for this. I knocked it down to 180. Plus, these websites, they offer coupons all the times for new members, or even going through the app. So I highly recommend that if you're going to do that, talk with the seller, get a price, and then try to use those coupons to get them cheaper. And this was one of the lower ends of the Chibsons. You could tell just by the price. His feedback wasn't great, but I wanted a Chibson. I didn't want to shell out too much money for it. 180, I feel like, is fair for this guitar. Before this one, I had an Epiphone Les Paul is a 100. It was from 2009. It was awful. It was so hard to play. This one is so much easier to play, and the neck feels really good on it, and it's solid built. Some of the electronics, I do have issues. Whenever I first got it, this tuning key was it had fell off while it was in storage, and you can see now it's having issues right now coming out. And the volume knob for the neck pickup, you can hear that it's very loose. It just needs to tighten down, but I've just never really worked on this guitar. I was gonna buy it, load it down with pickups and stuff, and then I realized that these are wired so different than just the Les Paul that I had. I put Seymour Duncan, or not Seymour Duncan's, DiMarzio's in it, and I was going to do this with this one, opened it up, and just instantly put it back on. So these are stock. You can tell, very microphonic, and I'm playing through a through my laptop, and you're hearing the monitors that I've got. So there's not a feedback. I plugged it up to my Marshall half stack, and there was just so much feedback that it was just impossible to play live. So I wouldn't recommend getting one of these unless you're going to change the pickups out, because there's no way you could play this live. I mean, it was the pickups were atrocious with any kind of gain, and it would definitely need new tuners. I'm sure you can tell by this video that these go out of tune. These are fairly new strings too, though, so they're adjusting. You could do a few songs before you'd have to either tune it up or switch out guitars. I mostly use this guitar for recording and I mean it's done so good just recording songs. I mean the clean, I'll play it for you here. It's just it really does just have a nice sound to it for it to be a knockoff or whatever you want to call it. Another thing that I would recommend is if you're buying this for the first time, this is like your first Chibson and you just stumbled upon my video somehow, um, definitely get the headstock changed. Don't leave Gibson on there. Whenever I first started wanting to order a Chibson, you know, I saw where people were changing this and writing Chibson or just having their own logo, and I thought that was stupid because I just felt like it took away something from the experience. But once you get this, you have to realize that you're stuck with it. You're not going to be able to sell it um, unless it's local, and then even then it's kind of risky. But it's a cool guitar, but once you realize you're stuck with it and it's just gonna have this fake logo up here, it kind of like, I don't know, it hits later on. Whenever I first got this guitar, I thought it was the greatest thing, and I was so excited. And now I really wish I would have customized it a little bit more. And I think that's the thing, you know, people buy these guitars for that experience. You know, you want that big yellow box coming to your house so you can open it up and see this beautiful fake logo staring at you as you unwrap it. And that's the experience I had. I was so happy with this guitar, and I'm still happy with this guitar. I just wish that I would have changed the logo. And you know, I've thought about just sanding it down and repainting it and just not having a logo. I've not committed to that yet, but it's on my to-do list. I just like leaving it how it is too, though. I don't know. There's something there's just something about leaving everything that's on here how it was made. It's just weird. The issues that I've had is, you know, some of the actually this stuff is cheap that's on it, and it's not the best quality. You've heard the bridge with distortion and clean. Here is the neck pickup that comes with it, and this is it with some distortion. So I just wanted to give you a little demo of the sustain, and here is the neck pickup, somewhat clean. And I'm not like a awesome, amazing guitarist, so don't think anything by my style playing, whatever you want to call it. I'm just trying to demonstrate. You know, I'm somebody who really loves playing guitar and other instruments too. I kind of dabble in it all, but I started out on guitar, and I started out with Kiss, and so that's why I wanted this Les Paul, because I just felt like it was just a step of getting to Ace Frehley, like a little closer to that style and tone. And I mean, whenever you're a 21-year-old kid, you know, and you have exposable income, whatever they call it, disposable income, this is something that you don't really regret. Now I don't think that I could buy a Chibson. I would just feel wrong doing it. But back then, you know, it was a lot easier. And I think that's like most of the crowd that's out there now is people around my age or a little bit younger who are interested in these guitars. So I kind of wanted to give, I guess, just a different take on it. And I mean, it's really fun. It's more of a journey. I like to say, like, seeing the guitar on Aliexpress, not knowing exactly what you're going to get, getting the guitar and then opening it and then playing it and just seeing everything about it, feeling it. And some people might call that stupid. In a way, it is stupid because you're throwing down a good bit of money on, you could get a solid guitar for the price that some people pay for these. And it's a gamble, but it's super fun. And these are basically just, as Steve from Boston said, souped up Epiphones with Gibson headstock. So if you're looking into buying one of these, I would say go for it, but be ready to have buyer's regret later on, or at least I have. I thought there was no wrong in this, and now I have buyer's regret. But I feel like everybody should do it just once if you're curious enough just to see what it's all about. And it's been real fun, but I think this one's going to go into storage or get changed some way. So if you do plan on getting one, comment down below where you want to get one from. I got mine from Aliexpress, like I said. I know a lot of people use DHgate as well. So just be sure to review feedback, and just don't pull the trigger instantly on something you see. Like, look around and you'll find something. Anyway, that's it. That's just kind of this guitar explained a little bit better, this Chibson. And anyway, I'll leave you with a little lick, so take care. That whole thing was supposed to be distorted, just so you know, but I've tried recording this like 5 times and it's getting old. So anyway, till next time, see ya.